Nobody's here, so if anybody watches from the beginning, you'll get greedy into me fake clearing my throat. Welcome to Horror Movie Massacre and our part 2 of our Stephen King rankings. So we decided last week that we would rank all of Stephen King's horror movies. The scary ones. Because a lot of people in comments mentioned Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. And those are great movies. Don't get me wrong. But we wanted to do horror only. So you can check out our TikTok. We got a TikTok. TikTok's dumb. But we have one. And it's got the entire ranking for like 30 seconds, I think. And honorable mentions. And we also have it as a reel on Facebook. So check those out. I think YouTube also. Or maybe I haven't done YouTube yet. I don't remember. Anyway, so check those out. Hit subscribe, please, here for this channel. It's been agonizing trying to get to 2,000 subscriptions. 2,000! That's nothing. And we can't even fucking get there. Probably because I say fuck all the time. And we talk about my sexploitations constantly. To it, almost a nauseating amount. Oh. Anyway, so tonight we are talking about the non-movies, the miniseries. We're talking about movies that were made for Netflix, made for streaming services, and the miniseries, like I said, and TV series that are based on Stephen King's work. One of the things is not an adaptation, but it's definitely based off of his characters and works. So we will do the countdown. We've got a couple of things I've never seen. So I told Seth last night, I was like, hey, buddy, you're going to have to do the heavy lifting in the first few of this episode because there's a few I haven't seen. And we've got a couple that honorable mentions, one that I haven't seen and the other two have, and one's not horror. So poo-poo to you, all those people who say, oh, what about Shawshank Redemption? Well, listen, I love it, but it's not horror. Speaking of love affairs, welcome, Seth.
What's up?
Not much.
Oh, I think you froze up there, Ray. Yeah, he is frozen. So he'll probably join us in a few. So in the meantime, until he comes back, what is your favorite made-for-TV Stephen King adaptation? Movie, series, book, or not book, Jesus Christ, I can't even speak tonight. Movie, miniseries, whatever. Let us know. I'm not going to start without Ray, so... Yep. So it's just me. So yeah, last night I watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, and I actually liked it better than the first one. It's kind of I kind of look at it in like the same vein as Terrifier, fun for what it is. But yeah, And let's see, what else have I watched recently since I got nothing else to talk about to carry the show here. I've been watching Twin Peaks. Have you guys seen Twin Peaks? That's a fucking great show. We're on I think we're almost done with season 2. I got the whole Blu-ray set that has like the first 2 seasons and then the limited series event thing that they did after that a few years back. But it's a really cool show. I dig it. Um, I should have listened to my dad a long time ago when he suggested that I should watch it. Um, so Ray commented, "Hell of a way to start the show." Yep. As soon as I got introduced, he froze up. CT says, "Hey Seth, hey CT, how you doing, my friend?" Um, yeah, so I'm just kind of bumbling through this right now until Ray gets back. Tomorrow night, for the Werewolf Wednesday show, I will be covering Wes Craven's Cursed. That should be a good one to talk about because I'm going to talk about the original script for it before it got like completely overhauled mid-production. Yeah, that'll be a good one to talk about. Well, here's something to talk about. New haircut, Seth. Nice. Yeah, so I kind of forced that one on myself. So basically, my hair, it gets, when it gets long, as it was, like if I wear my hat, because I have a bald spot. I have a bald spot back there, which none of my family members told me about because they're dicks. I was like, I saw myself on the camera, and I saw myself on the camera, and I noticed the bald spot. But anyway, so my hair, it like if I wear a hat, like it really comes out on the sides. And so yesterday I was like, I'm gonna trim it a little bit, and so I took the clipper. As soon as I put the clipper there, I realized I had the wrong size clip on, and I was like, "Fuck it, I gotta commit to it." So for part of the day yesterday, I looked like I had a mullet, and I asked Amber to cut my hair for me after that. So that explains the new haircut. I look like I had.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. I didn't know what to talk about, so I fumbled for a bit.
So it's okay. I'm about had it with Facebook. Like, if I scheduled this last night to go up, and that's why Facebook are dickheads. That's why I said that. I scheduled this last night, and I guess if you don't schedule it like right before the show starts, it puts it into like an event. And I think I've noticed that with your shows. If we schedule them too early, it puts them in an event rather than putting it live on our Facebook page. And it's fucking frustrating because look at our view count right now.
Yeah.
And that has everything to do with it. So I shared it on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and in the group. No clue if anybody's going to watch. It's just really fucking annoying that they do this shit. So like I would get everything together and start scheduling everything like half an hour to an hour before the show because it like seriously it's like an event page. You know those event pages. Hey, come check out my fucking wiener.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. And Facebook does it every time I do it a day in advance. They fucking do this shit. So I'm going back to doing it an hour before because I had everything ready to go last night, and of course then fucking.
Okay, so well, that's good to know. I'll set up for tomorrow night.
Nobody looks at this event shit. Like seriously, nobody does. Like we tried doing it for Kickstarter and they're for shit. The events are for shit unless you go in and hand invite people. You know what I mean? Like say you can go in and invite people to it. It's fucking dumb. And I can't invite 69,000 people to the goddamn event. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking stupid. Yeah, like look at I don't know if you can see it, but look, see how it shows that we're live, and then right below it shows another thing. It's like, and it's cool that it shows a red ring saying that we're live, but man, come on, Facebook, you know this is supposed to be on the fucking main landing page, not in a fucking stupid fucking group. I'm pissed off. I put up a post that says Facebook really burns my ass. Put the live stream on the main page, dickheads. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I even got more than that because apparently the things that I've been doing to try to get us views and try to get monetized doesn't count apparently.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I'm pretty furious about that. I was in a good mood before that shit. I'm in a fine mood now. Saw Thunderbolts, loved it. It was really good.
Was it good?
It was better. Oh, here, Seth. Let me just. I did one of our rankings as we do. I ranked the MCU movies post Endgame. So there are 13, and I didn't put Wolverine and Deadpool or Deadpool and Wolverine in there because I don't. It's MCU like adjacent maybe. It kind of is. It kind of isn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I put my list is number 13, The Eternals, 12, Thor: Love and Thunder, 11, Spider-Man: Far From Home. I also wrote down like stuff like The Eternals rough, Thor: Love and Thunder just too much, Spider-Man: Far From Home bland, The Marvels. I can't figure out why this isn't good. Ant-Man and the Wasp, some good and was bad. Uh, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, forgettable. Captain America: Brave New Worlds, number 7. Shouldn't have told everyone Red Hulk was in it, and it was bland. It felt like a D plus Disney Plus show. Harrison Ford is a favorite, and boy did he phone this one in. Spider-Man: No Way Home, weak, saved by former Spider-Man. Honestly, if they weren't in it, it'd fall even further on the list. Those Spider-Man movies aren't good.
They're not.
Number 5, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, I know I'm preaching to the choir with you, right? And the Multiverse of Madness. Hard to believe it's number 5, but I enjoyed it. Number 4, Black Widow. I watched it recently. Better than I remember in a weak class of movies, and should have been released in 2017. Shang-Chi, mostly awesome and was a little too much. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is Volume 3 is number 2. Not as good as the first two. Had a ton of heart and some odd moments. And number 1 was Thunderbolts. Hours after seeing it, I want to see more. Hats off to Marvel for making a good one. And then I said, I can't wait for Superman. I mean, Fantastic Four, but I am more excited for Superman
Yeah.
because I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what the viewership's going to be tonight, but let's power through and get and do our stuff. It's good to see you again 2 days later.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully this doesn't happen to you last night. I was wondering because it's been odd. Like every now and again, it does that, and it's the episodes that you notice that where we don't have many viewers is when that happens. YouTube should be fine because that doesn't change. But Facebook, they try to pull some shit. Let's make it an event. Nobody fucking cares about events. No, they don't. If you follow a page, if you have an event like this, nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
Anyway, nobody cares even if you invite people. So yeah, enough of that.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off at Facebook. So some of these movies I have not seen or made for TV things, and I now, after doing a little bit of research, there's a couple that I do want to see, and I'll tell you as we get to them. But first, I want to. I have not seen 1922. These are honorable mentions for this list. 19. I've not seen this one. I think it's on Netflix. Have you seen it?
I have not seen that one.
Now, I didn't know Thomas Jane was in it, and I didn't know it existed until Nate brought it up, and I want to see it because I like Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
That's it. Stephen King and Thomas Jane. That's the reason I want to see it.
I heard it was really good.
I have heard that too. Yeah.
My little brother was telling me I need to see it.
My Little Pony. I had to unfriend him from Facebook a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah. He's Mr. Know It All, and it's annoying.
Huh.
And he doesn't know anything at the same time. You know what I mean? No offense, he's your brother and everything, but unless you're talking about a different brother, because I know you have more than one.
No,
But
yeah. I'm sure it's Alex.
yeah, he's nice enough, but man, like it was something about me being fed up with all the bad shit that keeps happening to me. I lost my wife, I lost my a couple friends, my dad. I found out my dad wasn't my dad. I lost my mom. All this stuff. And today's the anniversary of losing my fucking dog, who I love dearly, and I don't like dogs all that much. And yeah, he said some shit. Well, you just got to keep moving. It's like shut the fuck up. Like don't you don't you haven't gone through the pain I've gone through. Just shut up. And then I unfriended him because I was done with it. So anyway, sorry. Love you though. So a non-horror pick that I wanted to kind of talk about because this is a fucking good ass show. in my opinion. 11/22/63. Now I've heard it's not as good as the book, which I never read. Did you read the book?
It's my favorite Stephen King book of all
Holy
time.
shit! Well, I guess you read it then. What did you
I've
think of
read
this
it, I've read
adaptation?
it multiple times. I'll just put it that way.
Okay, what did you think of the adaptation?
I thought it was a really solid adaptation.
Hmm.
I was very, very biased because that book, like, I got sucked into it like I've never read a book before. Like, I was just completely into it right from the beginning,
That's good.
and I thought the show was fine. They made some changes. Uh, One I thought was a necessary change, uh, just because of the different formats
Sure.
for storytelling. Um, there's a few things that I wish happened a little differently, but it's a uh, really good mini series there, and I love it. I own it. I've watched it a lot of times, but yeah.
I watched it once. Now this the one thing I really liked about this was Hulu did something different that wasn't happening when this was released. They dropped an episode a week,
Hmm.
which I loved the fact because they kind of left you on a cliffhanger every week. And you're like, oh shit, I can't wait for the next episode. And I think it was only 6 episodes, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by time that day came around when Hulu was going to drop it, you're like, oh shit. And they did the same thing with Castle Rock, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
So I really love that because Netflix was just dropping shit the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like that's awesome. I love being able to see all of this, but at the same time, I miss that old format, and now I'm kind of glad that a lot of streaming services are starting to do that. It's hey, we're not dropping everything. We'll drop maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and then each episode once per week. And that was great for this show because I had no idea what was going on going into it, except for what you learn from trailers or the
Yeah.
log line or whatever. But man, I really love this show, and for my money, this may be James Franco's best performance.
Yep.
So it's really really tight. I watched it just the one time, but man, I really liked it. Um, it was
It,
good. It was
it,
different too.
yeah. I mean, it's just a really cool story. Um, and if you do you read books much, Ray? Or
Once in a while, I'll pick up a book, but me, I read comics mostly.
you're right, right, right. I didn't know if, like, yeah, exactly. I didn't know if you read books or if you, like, did audiobook or whatever. Because there's an audiobook of this too on Audible.
Okay. I've never
But
tried an auto. I've never done that. Maybe I should because I'm driving a lot now.
yeah, audiobooks are great. They put some good work into them now. Um, but I highly recommend reading that book or
Okay.
listening to it. It does kind of get a little slow in the middle, but it's just a really good book, and yeah, fun
Okay.
stuff.
I'll check it out maybe. Um, but yeah, it's a great show. One of the other things that didn't make the list is the last year's Salem's Lot. I like this movie quite a bit. I've watched it a couple times. Lewis Pullman, Bill Pullman's son, is well. First of all, he was in the movie I watched today, Thunderbolts. And he was good. He's kind of growing on me as an actor, and I did like him in this movie.
Mhm.
Uh, this was in my top 10 for last year. I don't remember if you liked it or not.
I liked it just fine. So, like, when they first announced it that they were going to be doing like a Salem's Lot movie, I knew what it was going to be. It was going to be an extremely condensed version
Yeah.
of the story, and
Hmm.
Salem's Lot is uh, in my top five of Stephen King books. Salem's Lot was the first Stephen King book I ever picked up and read. Um, but so before they even made the movie, I knew it was going to be an ultra condensed version because they mentioned that they weren't going to do it like it and break it up into two parts. It was just going to be the one movie, and I'm like, so I knew what to expect, and so when I went into it, my expectations were low. Even as a big fan of the book and of the original miniseries, and
Yeah.
even the 2004 one, which I seem to be one of the few people who likes that one. Um, yeah, but I thought it was decent.
I like the marketing for it as well. They played. Did you see the trailer for it by chance?
Yeah,
The Gordon Lightfoot Sundown, and I like the way they
yeah,
did it. It was really cool.
yeah.
And I was able to introduce my kids to the Gordon Lightfoot, who I actually like, after seeing the trailer for that, because Sundown's a great song. But there's a couple of my biggest complaint. I wasn't all that impressed with Kurt Barlow. He just kind of looked like a bland, bald vampire, you know. And I don't need him to be blue, and I don't need him to be romancing the stone Rutger Hauer. But like, I would have liked to see he just not as commanding. And as you said, it felt very condensed and very rushed. Where the '79 and the 2004, you get to know everybody. You
Hmm.
get to play, not play, but like get to know them, get to play around in Salem's Lot a little bit, you know.
Well, yeah,
Galatians Lot.
yeah, because there's a lot of characters who are integral to it, and they're
Hmm.
not always in the same scenes together. It's really
Yeah.
about this vampire that wipes out this town. You know, we happen to follow Ben Mears along the way, but there's so many different things happening with the other townspeople, and like I just knew, just being a feature film length, you're not going to capture that.
No. And they could have probably gone longer on the length too. But I did want to spend more time with like I said, Lewis Pullman's Ben Mears in this. I will say the one character that I did not like, I thought poorly cast was the Bonnie Bedelia role. I can't think of her name offhand.
Oh yeah,
She,
for Susan, yeah,
yeah, she was terrible.
yeah,
She was hard to watch at some points. But I liked it overall.
yeah,
So anyway, you ready for the list?
yeah. Let's jump into the
All right,
list.
let's jump into the list. So coming in at number 10 is The Stand. I've never seen it.
It's it's good. It's really good. It's based on uh, Stephen King's, I think, probably his most famous novel. I know it's well loved, um, and it's a great book until the end. And
Hmm.
it's the same problem with this miniseries too. This was directed by Mick Garris, so naturally it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of tension in it. Um, but it's a good adaptation of the book. Um, and you haven't seen it all. Have you read the book at all? Do you know anything about the book?
No, the book is very like intimidating because it's very long.
Yeah, I got the uncut version too, so it's even longer. But like it's a really good book. It's very captivating. So basically, there's like this plague. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was like Captain Dixie or something like that, and it spreads and wipes out most of the population. But there are certain people who are immune to it, and there's there's good people still, but then there's really
There are good
rotten.
people on both sides.
What's that?
I said, is there good people on both sides?
No. Uh, so there's good people who follow what's her name? I think it's Mother Abigail, and then there's the bad people who gravitate towards Randall Flagg, um, and it's basically just survivors. Eventually, they have to. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's really good until the end, as far as I'm concerned, because I don't understand the journey from of the characters. Like there's like four people in the good group who have to go to Vegas to confront Randall Flagg, and the with what happens, it's like, well, why did they even need to go at all? Like, I don't know. But anyway, that's me trying to speak about the stand.
Yeah, it's streaming on I just looked it up on Prime and Fandango to rent for $2. Uh so maybe I'll watch it at some point. I don't know. It's also
There,
let me look again because I think it's rather long.
there's a limited series they did recently of it too.
Yeah, I heard.
A different adaptation.
Yeah, Nate was like, "Oh, it's 4 episodes long," because Nate was like, "Make sure for his list, it's from the '90s." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
got you." And but yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll watch it. Now this one, the next one, number 9, Storm of the Century, is one that I want to see. I was reading about it last night. I was like, "Ooh, that actually sounds pretty spicy."
yeah, it is actually really good. Uh, Mainly because I think Colin Fiore
Yeah,
is
I love him. Yeah.
he's yeah. I've always considered him to be a great actor,
Hmm.
and like he's just like so perfect for this role. Um, so yeah, I enjoy this one quite a bit. This was one that it wasn't based on anything. It was just the original screenplay that King wrote, um, and I think it's really good. It's got a good premise to it. Uh, Solid performance from Fiore. Tim Daly's in it, and I think he's good in it. He's the lead character. But definitely check it out if you haven't seen it, Ray.
Yeah, this is one. It's on Hulu. I put it in my list of things to watch on Hulu because it really does sound like it's up my alley. And plus, Colin Fury he's a good actor. I really like him quite a bit.
Yeah,
He's one of those actors who kind of disappears into roles, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's a long one too. Just so you know.
okay, yeah, I saw it's like 457 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah. Like
yeah.
this DVD is like there's like two sides.
Oh God, I hate
Yeah,
that. Just make 2 discs. Come on,
yeah.
you know, like. So that's number 9. Number 8 is another one that I'd like to check out. I remember my mom and my brother watching this when it aired, Rose Red, but I've never seen it.
Yep. I saw it when it first came out, and I haven't seen it since. I should revisit it. I do remember liking it at least, and I know it's one that actually a lot of people tend to like. I hear a lot of people talk favorably about Rose Red.
It's streaming on Hulu, so I also put this in my whatever. This one is much shorter than Storm of the Century. It's only 255 minutes, but again, it sounds rather interesting. Uh, pretty much, a doctor. They go to and a bunch of people go to this mansion to called I think it's called Rose Red, right? And they're trying to like record data of paranormal stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Like it feels like it's got some cool lore behind it, which is stuff I like in movies when there's like like there's something about this mansion and 23 people went missing or some shit like that. So I'm definitely interested in seeing this one as well.
Oh, Alpha Wolf. I like Alpha Wolf. It's got Casper Van Dien in it
Uh
and
oh,
Patrick Muldoon,
Johnny Rico.
Johnny Rico, and his rival there.
Oh, Kelly Kapowski's boyfriend, that the guy that stole her from Zach. Is that the
Yeah,
guy? Fuck that guy. All right.
yeah, but
Coming in,
they're both an Alpha Wolf together.
are they both alpha wolves?
Yeah, actually, they're both werewolves. They fight each other.
All right. Coming in at number 7, Desperation, one I've never seen. I know you like this one quite a bit.
I do like this one quite a bit, and it's got sentimental value to me. So starting from the beginning, I was intrigued by the book because what Stephen King did was he did two books with the same characters, but they're companion pieces. He wrote Desperation, like his normal writing style, under the name Stephen King, and then he wrote The Regulators under his pseudonym Richard Bachman. And I thought that was really cool. And by the time that I was probably like halfway through reading Desperation, I heard that there was like this made for TV movie or whatever being made, and I was excited about it. But where this has sentimental value to me is my grandma Miller was a big Stephen King fan. I would go over and hang out with her, and like we would talk about all sorts of Stephen King books and stuff. And so when this came out, I used the vacation day from work, went over to Walmart, got the DVD, and then went over and hung out with my grandma and watched it. So I think this is a this is a pretty good one. It's another Mick Garris one. So obviously not the greatest directed, but I think it's a pretty good adaptation of the book. Um, Ron Perlman, I think, has a fun performance in it. And I just like the story in general. So uh, the story is a little hard to explain, especially without spoilers. But yeah, I enjoy it, and again, I have sentimental value with it.
I've never seen it. I read a little bit about it. I don't know if this is one that's going to be on my list of Stephen King movies or miniseries. Or this is a movie though to watch. So you
Yeah,
know, uh,
I
we'll see.
think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased, but I like it.
No, you like what you like. There's no need for biases or anything. Biases, biases. This is. Ah. Coming in at number, what is it? Number six. Sometimes they come back. I do want to watch this. I've never seen it. I'm surprised I haven't seen it because it came out so long ago.
Dude, you need to see this. Uh, this is directed by Tom McLaughlin, who directed your favorite Jason film. Um,
Yeah, the best one.
yeah, the second best Jason film. Uh, so this is based on a short story. Um, how do I explain it? Okay, so there's this one guy. He's a teacher. He returns to the town where he grew up, and when he was younger, him and his brother got chased by these bullies, um, and they were in this like tunnel, and a train comes, and uh, the brother ends up dying. I think he sacrifices himself, and but basically a train comes and it kills everyone. And then so this guy years later he returns to his town now that he's an adult, and he's a teacher, and uh, suddenly kids in his class start to die, and taking their place in his class are the greasers from his past who are dead. Uh, it's just, I think it's a cool story. Robert Russler is great in it. Uh, I love the title. I think the poster for it is badass too.
Yeah, I like the poster.
Yeah, I got the DVD right here. Yeah, Tim Matheson's in it. He's the main character. Um,
So, yeah, I like that.
yeah, that's such a badass poster, and I think it's a great title too.
It was one of those that I always picked up at the video store because it was out on VHS at some
Yeah,
point. I'm like, ah, it looks cool, but I never got around to it for some reason.
it does have like this, like, like made for TV quality to it.
Hmm.
It doesn't feel theatrical, but I think it's a cool story, and I honestly think you're gonna dig it, man.
Yeah, it's one of the. I think there were three that I hadn't seen that I want to put on my list. So we'll have to check that one out. I was getting ready to check to see if it was streaming somewhere because I don't own it, of course.
And it's only 97 minutes, so it's a
Uh
quick
oh,
one.
it's on Pluto, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, I bet you I could find it cheap somewhere on DVD
Yeah.
if I look for it. Number five is the 2004 Salem Slot. Now I don't dislike this movie, but I don't love it. I don't like Rob Lowe as Ben Mears. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. By the way, the second time Rob Lowe is in a Stephen King thing on this list.
Yeah, he was in the stand.
Um, but yeah, it's okay in my opinion. I don't really have too much to say because I've only seen it the one time, and I do plan on watching it again. But tell us what you think.
So I enjoy it. I don't like Rob Lowe as Ben Mears. I think his version of Ben Mears. I don't know if it's combination of his acting and the way the character was written, but he's very smug in
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and like so he's not very likable at all. Um, but I do like the majority of the rest of the cast. So I think everyone is pretty damn good for the characters that they were cast as. I like Samantha Mathis as Susan Norton. Um, I like Donald Sutherland as uh, was it Straker. Uh, I like Rucker Hauer in it.
Yeah, he was good, but not like I don't know if it's because of the 1979 version that I have this image of Barlow in my head.
Yeah, well, so this one is like closer to the book as
Right.
far as the way the vampire is described. So that's why, because I felt like this film, out of all of them, out of all three of them, I think this one is the most book accurate with Barlow and Straker. Because in the original Salem's Lot, I don't think Barlow even spoke at all, right?
No, he didn't say a word.
Yeah, and he talked quite a bit in the book, so I think it's more book accurate in that regard. And I feel like it kind of captures the whole like town aspect of it better because I felt like the 79 film was close to the book as well, but like it was it felt like there was like fewer characters, fewer people in town. You didn't really get the sense of I don't know of the event itself that was happening, but I don't know. I think this one's pretty good. Again, didn't like Rob Lowe. Didn't like his smug version of Ben Mears. Um, there's there's things I like about it. There's things I don't. I think what's his name? Who was cast as Father Callahan? What the fuck is his name?
I'll look because I'm looking it up to see if it's streaming. Give me 1 second.
He was in the Babe movies. He was in L.A. Confidential.
James Cromwell.
Yes, he's perfect as Father Callahan.
Mm-hmm.
He's exactly who I imagined when I read the book. And yeah,
I don't think there's a lot of bad about this. I think Rob Lowe is my biggest complaint. I do, like I said, I do want to see this again because anytime you've got James Cromwell, who I agree with you. I love James Cromwell and almost everything he's in, and also Donald Sutherland.
yeah,
You're rounding out a good cast, and Rutger Hauer is a good actor. He's a very good actor. It's just I don't know. I guess my expectations
yeah,
were linked to the 1979 version, which I kind of adore.
yeah,
So you know,
yeah.
not a fan of Rob Lowe in movies in general. He's great in Parks and Rec, and that's about it. So I can't think of anything else that I liked him in. Okay, coming in at number 4 is the show Castle Rock, uh, and it's 2 seasons, 2 different stories. I only saw the first season all the way through, and maybe I want to say 3, maybe 4 episodes of the second season. But the first season was excellent in my opinion, and I don't know. There's something like because I do know the second season they were releasing them once a week, and I like every time I got back to it, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about Castle Rock, and then it just completely fell off my radar. So I just couldn't get into it as much as the other ones for the other season. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I like both seasons. I kind of gravitate towards season two. Uh, I don't know. I just really like the stuff with young Annie Wilkes.
yeah, and that's one of the things I was looking forward to because I think she was cast well,
Mhm.
and also I love Misery, and Kathy Bates as Annie Wilkes is phenomenal. And I do think Lizzie Kaplan being cast was like the perfect choice.
Yeah, yeah, she does fantastic for it. I liked the inclusion of Pop and Ace Merrill. Um, the characters
Yeah,
from the Castle Rock books. But it again goes to sort of like jump over needful things for some reason. Like needful things didn't happen, which kind of drove me nuts about the first season as well. So it's just its own parallel universe. But yeah, I think the show is really solid. I own both seasons on Blu-ray. I was kind of bummed that it came to an end because I was curious about what they were going to do next. There was a couple nods to Salem's Lot um, in it. So, uh, but yeah, it's I think it's good stuff.
and I do believe it's still streaming on Hulu. I'll
And
double check real fast because yeah, it is, and Disney Plus because they're the same thing anymore.
uh, I, I I don't want to spoil too much, but uh, by the end of season two, both seasons get connected. Pretty big way.
Okay, well, don't
That's
say
all.
shit. So I will. I do plan on finishing that up. I probably rewatch the first season too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number three is a movie. It's from Netflix. Gerald's Game. I didn't have many expectations for this when it came out, and it took me a while to watch. I think I watched it in 2019. But Carla Gugino, if that's how you say her name, I think it is. I
Mm-hmm.
love her. I adore her. I wanted to make babies with her, so I'll watch anything that she's in. I do. And she could have been played Catwoman.
I
That
know.
kills me every day when
I
I
know.
look at her face and think that she could have been Catwoman,
I
but
know.
they fucked everything up for the DCEU. And I'm not a Snyder bro or whatever they're called. I just would have loved to see her play Catwoman. But anyway, this is a fucked up movie just in general.
Yeah, it
It,
isn't. It's got two great performances too, though. Like
yeah,
her and then God damn, I'm drawing a blank on names. It's a Bruce Greenwood,
yeah.
uh, who plays her husband. Really cool, and
You
like it's just a really intense movie.
well, first of all, Bruce Greenwood is one of the most underrated character actors ever.
100%.
He is amazing, and this is feels like it's out of his wheelhouse, and he still knocked it out.
Yeah.
And it's this has been out for 8 years, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw up this just in case. But the degloving scene is fucked up.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think I've watched it at least twice. It's just the where her brain goes with her father. Henry Thomas plays her father, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was weird.
Father Thomas. Hmm. City of the Living Dead. Anyway, yeah, that stuff is hard to watch.
Yeah.
But Henry Thomas he's a pretty good actor. Actually, I think he's in Desperation too. I think I saw that.
Yeah. He is.
Uh, he's been a lot of stuff. He's been a lot of King stuff because he was also in Doctor Sleep as Jack Torrance,
Hmm.
which was pretty cool. And he's in the Mike Flanagan stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, this it's pretty good. I like it. All right, cream of the crop. Number two is the 1979 version of Salem's Lot, and a lot of people come to know these because of DVD and Blu-ray as movies. It's just Salem's Lot's a really long ass movie and cool, but it was originally a 2 night miniseries, I believe, back in
Yes.
1979.
Yep.
Like I mentioned before, the reason one of my problems with the 2024 movie was you didn't get to know the characters. You didn't get to spend much time in the Salem's Lot. You got to see a lot of the goings on in Salem's Lot.
Hmm.
The was it the real estate guy and his secretary and
Yeah.
the whole scene where they're delivering the coffin into the Marston house. There's just a lot of good stuff. The kid goes missing. And then of course that one scene that chilled every kid from that time to the bone when the kid was tapping on the window. It's really good. And honestly, the ending pisses me off because I saw this when I was young, and it's like it felt like where's the next movie with Ben Mears and that kid going off hunting vampires? Like when I saw Return to Salem's Lot, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I
Why
know,
is it not Ben Mears coming back to finish what he started or whatever? Like
I know.
I don't hate Return of the Salem's Lot. It's a dumb movie, but I love this one. This movie's phenomenal. Or this miniseries, whatever you want to call it. It's so damn good. And this was my number one of all of them. So, what do you got on this?
Yeah, I really enjoy it a lot. It's like anytime I go to watch it, I just kind of like get kind of like pulled into it, you know. Um, uh, I like David Soul as Ben Mears,
Yeah.
uh, Bonnie Bedelia, of course. Um, I
Yep.
think the cast is good all around. I think it's got some really cool stuff to it. So like the scene you're talking about with the kid in the window still
Hmm.
holds up.
Yeah.
The scene with Jeffrey Lewis sitting in the room and his eyes are kind of glowing. Really cool scene. Um, yeah, it's just a really good movie. I love it.
Well, and another one is with the in the doctor's office or whatever.
Yeah.
What a great scene, you know.
Mm.
And I thought they did a decent job with that in '04 also.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, no, man, this movie, this miniseries movie, whatever you want to call it, it's so good. This is another one of those comfort things for me is watching this version of Salem's Lot. It may not be perfect, but man, it's hard not to like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good. You know, they combined a couple of the characters. So like you know when they adapted it, they took a couple of different characters and
Yeah.
just kind of blended them together. Um, but yeah, it's really good.
And I love the Marston house, the look of the Marston house,
Yep.
which is what I used in our thumbnail for Stephen King to be behind or in front of was the Marston. You can barely see it, but how can you not? It's so and to me, it's a very one of those iconic houses. That'd be a fun list to do. Top 10 iconic horror movie houses.
Yeah. I think we should do a show on Salem's Lot at some point because I'm like due for a rewatch.
Have we not done that?
No, we were going to like we planned on it, but then it never happened.
Was that the year that I made all these plans and then they just fell off because Nate's schedule?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Because I remember I made a bunch of
it
thumbnails.
was. Yeah, it was supposed to be scheduled for November. Yes, you made thumbnails for it.
Yeah, I remember that, and I
Yeah,
still have it, but I'm better at those now. So, but yeah, I'm 100% with you. We honestly we could do a all three Salem's Lot show. Me and you
yeah, we should.
cover all three of them because I as much as I it's like you're gonna make me watch Salem's Lot 2004 again. I want to watch it again. I'm just bullshitting around,
Yeah.
because anything to not have to watch marsupials again. Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, now that you remind me, Ray.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, I wanted to ask you those Howling 4 and 5 Blu-rays that you got or 4Ks or whatever they are.
Yep.
How much were those? Because those are beautiful.
Uh, there were quite a bit. I spent way more than I should have.
Way more than $40.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, because I found them on eBay.
Yeah,
So
I remember you saying that the other night.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean the box art alone, it's like damn.
yeah,
Now, are those steel books or is that a slipcover? Oh, they're a book.
yeah. There's like there's
No.
stuff inside, but it's all in like German. Um,
Well, I did have sex with a German girl for a couple of months.
yeah,
I
and then
sprachen her Deutsch for sure. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. Not a
um,
big fan of that movie, but that's good looking artwork.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I love both of these, but I will say the transfers look beautiful, man.
Do they?
Because I got the DVD copies and like they're like old DVDs and you can tell, but uh, these versions like they'll fill up my whole flat screen TV. The transfer looks really nice. The audio is really
That's
nice,
good. That's good.
um, especially with part 5, which is my favorite sequel. Um,
Same. Of course, I do have a soft spot for the second movie, but I know
Yeah,
it's not that good. But five is so good.
yeah.
Um,
And then like the fourth one, like I have a soft spot for it because it's the closest.
no, no, stop for a second, because I'm gonna finish that for you. I have a soft spot for number four because it has werewolves.
Nope,
No,
that's not what I was going to say. But
I know, I'm just joking.
good point. It's closer. It's closer to the first book
Right? Yeah.
than the original movie was.
I I don't know, something about it was, it felt almost like a TV movie at times, and
It's bad. It's bad quality.
yeah, it's really bad quality. I was just not all that engaged the last time I tried watching it, was 2019, probably, when I did my Razors 500, as I called it.
Yeah,
But I mean, I wouldn't mind watching four and five again, but three, I don't. Ugh.
yeah. Well,
Anyway,
like the fourth one, like I understand why people don't like it. It's just like I reread The Howland quite a bit,
mm,
all three of those books, and like every time I finish the first book, I'm like, I want to watch part four because it's closer, even though the
yeah,
quality sucks as far as like acting wise and writing and all that. Um, and it's got the really gnarly effect at the end,
yeah.
the werewolf transforming or
Mhm.
oozing apart.
The oozing always got me. What my favorite Howling movie? Seth, you can answer it.
It's clearly the marsupials.
There we go. Uh it's the first movie. But I think it was our 1989 episode, where we kind of gushed a little bit about Howling Five,
Yeah,
because I really like that one. It's got a fun story. It's definitely the best sequel. So I do like that one quite a bit. I really do like the second one. And I don't know, Seth, if you remember this or not, but back around like 1992, 93, it seemed like Freaks was on TV like all the damn time. Do you remember that at all?
I don't remember seeing, but
Man,
I believe it.
it's it had to be the most well-known Howling movie for me because it was on TV constantly. Like, I was like, God, I've seen this movie too many too many times.
I mean, I like that one too. I think that's a
Yeah,
really
I
good
do
one.
too.
I think
Uh,
it's the last good one.
I think I'd put that at number four in my ranking.
Hmm.
If I had to do it right now, I'd probably put that at number four without rewatching them.
Yeah,
So it'd be after two. So I'd have the Freaks Part Two, five, and I probably put four at five. I'm gonna do this real quick because now it's on my mind. Sorry. Let's see. I would probably put. Honestly, I don't think I put marsupials on the bottom. I think I would put the line dancing one in there, but I also don't really remember it very well. But I know I've seen it, and it's forgettable. And
it's
then
the most ridiculous movie ever.
yeah, because when you talk about it, or I've read something that you wrote about it, I'm like, oh, I do remember that, but not
Yeah,
very well.
yeah,
And then after that, is it called Reborn or
yeah,
something? Yeah, that one was bad. Then marsupials, and then
yeah.
four. So I don't like hate marsupials. Marsupials is fucking strange, and it feels like it's multiple movies in one.
Well, yeah, 100%. It's such a weird, bizarre movie,
Yeah,
and then it shifts towards the end, and like it just goes into a different like you said, it feels like two different movies.
it also spans a lot of time too.
Yeah, it
Uh,
covered what, like 18 years or something.
Something like that. Yeah, it's so strange. It might be the most ambitious Howling movie, to be honest. Also,
Hmm.
so I mean, I'm giving it some credit, and also saying it's not my least favorite or the worst, because I do think, if I can't use the line dancing, what was that one called again? The real title?
Oh, the real title,
Yeah,
New Moon Rising.
New Moon Rising. Yeah, New Moon line dancing. Is that what you called it? Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I barely remember that one, and that one's not readily available to watch now. So I haven't seen it since the '90s.
there's not even a DVD copy
Mm-mm,
of
no.
the
Yeah,
one.
if you look it up on Amazon, it comes up with the VHS.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I want to get it to complete my collection, but
yeah, and you want to get it to complete the orgasm, right?
pretty much.
I wonder if our friend who does the bootlegs could do that one.
Ooh, ask him, please.
I will, because he actually just put a post up in the group asking what he should do next, and I was like, I got a couple ideas, but I forgot them because we had just talked about them. But I'll see if he can get that one.
Okay,
And
let
you're
me
gonna pay
know.
$25 for it.
That's fine.
uh, let's see. Unpopular opinion: Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise is 95% terrible. Just saying. No, yeah, you're 100% wrong on that because I like the first three movies very much. I don't like much after that, and so there are two, three, seven, nine movies. So I would say 67% of it's bad. Just my opinion.
I like the first three. I like the remake. I like the beginning.
Oh, I
Uh,
like that one too. So it's down to 56%.
yeah. Next Generation is fucking weird, but
I mean I don't hate that movie. I mean we did a whole show. Well, we watched it. We did a commentary for it.
yeah, it was one of those ones where like I refused to buy it for so long, and then you and Nate and Keith were like, "Oh no, you should get the Scream Factory one because give it another chance. It's kind of fun."
Mhm.
And so I got it, and then I ended up watching it. I had a couple drinks, and I just was like laughing my ass off.
It's so dumb. Uh,
It's so dumb, but in such a great way.
right. The so we just rated the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies on. This is hopefully the last time we do it. And somebody's like, "Oh, you do this one. You've already done this one a couple times." I'm like, I know. I'm trying to do this for the final time. You should rate other movie franchises. I'm like, what do you want to rate? They were like Puppet Master or Ghoulies. I'm like, first of all, there are 14 fucking Puppet Master movies, and
Yeah,
nobody gives two shits
yeah.
on about the Puppet Master movies, and rightfully so. So I did the first seven today, and I'll do the other seven some other time. But nobody cares about Puppet Master.
I
Uh,
couldn't get into that franchise at all.
it's hit or miss, and mostly miss. And there's 14 of them, and
Yeah.
the first seven came out between I think 1989 to 99, and the last seven are from 2003 to 2022. And I haven't seen any past the 1999 one, so because they just got so Curse of Puppet Master looked like a friend of mine made it, if you know what I mean, and I think that you do. But yeah, no, we're not fighting you. I mean, it's your opinion. If you don't like it, it's all good. You're not because you follow our page, or it doesn't mean you have to like what we like. Um, but no, I like. I didn't hate the 2022 Texas Chainsaw movie. I feel like there was a lot of opportunity left on the cutting room floor, or potentially on the writers in the writers room. I don't like Leatherface from 2017 at all. I think it's awful. I think it's one of the worst ones, to be honest, if not the worst. 2013's the Texas Chainsaw 3D had one good thing about it, and it's Alexandra Daddario, who talk about dream women. Oh my lord! And
It's
that
not bad for 40, huh?
right. Well, she's almost 40 now, so she can play that age, and she still looks basically the
No,
same.
I
So I
know.
guess it works. But yeah, we've done a whole show on Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. So
I do want to put this out there. There's a low bar with my taste in movies. Some say I have shitty taste.
sometimes, though, sometimes not, because sometimes you don't like shitty movies. So like, I can't read you.
Yeah. But, I'm just saying.
So it's time.
Not a bad question, Bert.
So real fast, uh, Demonic Toys was fun. I actually like that movie. I was a big fan of the Full Moon movies when they were coming out in the early '90s, especially like Demonic Toys, Doll Man versus Demonic Toys, Subspecies. Both of us are fans of the Subspecies franchise,
Mhm.
which is another one we need to talk about at some point.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, Full Moon, it's usually hit or miss. So today's it's an easy question. akin to last week's. What is your favorite, or what is the most underrated Stephen King made for TV adaptation? Um, what do you think, Seth?
I'm just double checking myself here.
I'm gonna say this New Salem's Lot just because I really do like it, and not many people did like it, like I did. So, and I
Yeah,
haven't seen many. The only one that's left off the list that I haven't seen or that I have seen is the Shining from 1997, which I don't think that's underrated. It wasn't that great.
this is my answer.
There we go. Sometimes they come back.
Yeah.
All right. If anybody sees this and is watching, please let us know what you think is the most underrated Stephen King TV adaptation. As for number one, it's probably obvious. It is it. It is it. It is. It's not my favorite. I like this version of Pennywise quite a bit. Tim Curry, but it's just the adult stuff is not for me in either version. I like the kids stuff. It's a lot of fun, especially in the 1950s or early 60s setting. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's early 60s, isn't it?
Late 50s.
Late 50s, yeah. So I like all that stuff, and even if it's made for TV, and I love this version of Pennywise. So yeah, it's good. It's very watchable, and the 3 hour runtime or whatever it is flies by, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like it. I've never really been like overly in love with it.
You're not good or whatever. Goo goo gaga over it.
Yeah, I mean, even with the book too, I think the book is good, but um, yeah, I mean, Tim Curry's great in it. Um, the kid stuff is good, but it's the adult stuff, and then the resolution to it that just kind of annoy me. But
I will say I'm a sucker for that bike ride at the end.
yeah,
I don't know why. I like that scene.
yeah, with
You
John
know,
Boy.
yeah. It's one of those movies though that I think a lot like horror fans just absolutely love the 1990 version of it. Let me check. I don't know if we've done the ratings for that one yet, but I'm pretty sure. I know we have before, but this is the end all be all for real this time.
So
Well,
I had it at number 7 on my list.
yeah.
Because I do enjoy it, but it's not one of my favorite. Uh, it's not one of my favorites.
So one of the biggest problems with this list, I had it at number 2, and I think Seth, I did back to that again. Keith had it at number 1. I also think Nate did, but the problem is the back end stuff doesn't get. It got 10 extra points because I haven't seen them. So if it's not on my list, it gets 10 points. That's why they're so far back, and that's why it and Salem's Lot are number 1 and 2. But I also think it's fair that they are number 1 and number 2.
I had Salem's Lot at number 1 on my list.
I did too,
Yeah.
but they did not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and honestly, if I remember correctly, I think the paper's at work actually, because I did the list at work. It was by a point or two between the two of them for the number 1 spot. Like it may had a total score of 10, where Salem's Lot had like 11 or 12. It was that close. But yeah, I mean, in my opinion, this hat's too tight. I think both solid. I should start wearing my hats like this. What up?
Yeah.
What up, girl? No, I think they're both pretty solid. I like both of them. But one good thing that came out of this list for me is I've got some things to watch, which I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to Storm of the Century for some reason. I was going to start it last night, like earlier, and it was like maybe 8:30 or something like that. I was like, I'm going to start watching that. I think that'd be good. And I looked, I'm like, holy shit! This is an undertaking, not like an Arrow season 1, but it's definitely an undertaking. So I'm gonna probably have to set aside some time on the weekend to watch it. So I ended up watching Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. and started watching the next one, Fallout, because I like those movies. And the new one's coming out soon, and I'd like to go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Cruise said he'd make them till he's 80, so I don't think this will be the last one
Or until he dies.
until he dies, which I'm fine with because I find a lot of entertainment value in all of the Mission Impossibles, and it's fun watching them through the ages because I've been going through from the first one, and I really do like the first one a lot, and the second one's probably one of the worst. Do you, what?
Yeah. So, like, I love the first one. That's my favorite one.
Mm,
I like Brian De Palma's direction. I liked the story of it and all that. The second one, I used to not mind so much. I think it's just it was kind of fun. But then I saw the Alfred Hitchcock movie Notorious,
mm.
and I was like, holy shit, Mission Impossible 2 literally rips off Notorious in like
Oh.
a lot of ways. And I'm like, I can't even look at this film the same way. So
Yeah, I remember the buzz around the second movie, and I was there opening night to watch it because I love the first one. The first one was like this intense spy thriller
yeah,
with heavy stakes, and the second one turned into this kind of just bullshit action movie, and nothing wrong with bullshit action movies, but it wasn't what we got in the first movie. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that about Notorious. I'll have to watch that. I haven't seen that movie in years, but I'll have to watch that. And you're probably right. But I still think 2 is the weakest one. 3
yeah,
is deep. I actually like that one quite a bit.
yep.
And the villain, what's his
Probably one of
name?
the best villains, Philip
He's
Seymour
the
Hoffman.
he's the best villain in my opinion
Yeah,
because most of them are throwaway villains. I like, and I'd love to throw John Boyd away, but like, he's a fucking idiot. I hate that guy. But like, I can't even remember half the villains in the franchise. But what the hell's that dude's name? The villain from the third movie. Why am I blanking on his name? He's an excellent actor. Philip Seymour
Philip
Hoffman.
Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, first of all, he's a great actor in my opinion. He
Yeah.
was. But man, he can he turn on the villain. Like
Well,
he was fucking beautifully written, and coming from a guy that looks like him, and I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but like you don't think of the like he's so calculating in that movie.
right,
He's kind
right
of
from the
terrifying.
opening scene, right from the opening scene,
Exactly. Yeah.
establish
Yeah.
how
Absolutely.
dangerous he is.
Yeah. Because the villain in the fourth movie, I just watched it last night and I already forgot who it is. You
Yeah,
know,
just yeah, like
they're kind of most of them are throwaway. I haven't seen the newest one, and obviously the one that's coming out, I haven't seen that yet. So I'm gonna do a full ranking as I do once I see the newest one, and I do think 2 is gonna be on the bottom. I was so excited about that one coming out. It was like the summer of 2000, I think, and I was like, "Damn, it's gonna be great." That first Mission Impossible kind of like made me interested in spy movies a little bit more because James Bond movies were hitting again, with Goldeneye and
mhm.
Tomorrow Never Dies and The World Is Not Enough and all that stuff. So I was like in the mood for that stuff, and I was like, and then 2 years later we get that Bond movie that sucks. It's like, oh, okay, I think I'm good on spy movies,
Yeah,
Die Another Day, right? And
yeah,
that one, yeah.
yeah, my least favorite Bond.
Yeah, it might be mine too. I have to think about it a little bit, but that's usually right there at 24, 25. For the moment, I can't tell you one that I don't like more than that one.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I John Voight's an asshole. He's a fucking asshole. Um, I mean, his own daughter won't even talk to him. So, and he was a dick in Seinfeld, if I remember correctly. You're driving John Voight's car. Anyway, uh, I was never really a fan of him as an actor. He wasn't like I don't know why anyone thinks he's like this great actor. Anyway, I could go on about John Voight, but I don't want to. Uh, we don't ever really get to talk about movies outside of horror movies, but it's always fun to kind of talk about things that we like because we both have a lot of movies outside of horror that we love, like the Bond movies, the
Yeah.
Mission Impossible movies. You know, do you like the Rambo? You like the Rambo? Yeah, Rambo
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of them. I'm not a huge
I even liked
fan.
the last Rambo movie.
You didn't?
I did.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, I thought it was cool. The tunnels and shit. Thought that was really cool.
The final like half hour of that movie is badass.
Yes, the first half it's kind of down a downer, but it gets yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Die Hard movies overall. Uh, I like the first three quite a bit, but the second two are kind of you
Yeah.
know. But there's a lot of great action franchises. Actually, what got me started rewatching Mission Impossible is I rewatched Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick recently because I saw Top Gun Maverick at the drive-in and it was hard to hear anything because of the way that drive-in set up. But I watched it again. I was like, damn, this is a damn good movie. I think it is a damn good movie. And I was like, I need more Tom Cruise. And I looked at my list, and right after Top Gun Mavericks, it was Mission Impossible. I was like, "Yep, let's watch." Because I watched it on my streaming app, the Voodoo or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I just started the fifth Mission Impossible. Or no, I was gonna start. No, did I start watching it last night?
Rogue Nation.
I did because Alec Baldwin. I remember seeing him right before I fell asleep. So yeah, Rogue Nation. Is it Rogue Nation? Fallout's the next one after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout is my second favorite in that franchise. That movie is goddamn awesome.
There's a new one coming out too for Anaconda.
Yeah, there's a couple of those. I saw the original when it came out in theaters, and I actually saw the second film when it came out in theaters, but I didn't stick around after that.
I barely saw the first one.
You'll love it. John Voight's in it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I barely remember it. Like it was back when it came out. You know, back when they were doing giant, alligator movies like Lake Placid and Deep Blue Sea. It was a thing they were doing in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So because it's like, oh, did you see Deep Blue Sea? Oh man, I saw Anaconda. And then of course Sci-Fi Channel went wild with anacondas versus the mega shark or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Which I never watched any of those. Starring Kevin Sorbo. If that's not a movie, let's make it. I'm sure we can get Kevin Sorbo on the cheap.
Yeah.
And John Voight, even though he's like 86 years old. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for anybody who watches this. I know there's a debacle with Facebook because Facebook fucking sucks. I like that I can say that about Facebook and still, be able to do stuff on Facebook because they never watch this shit. The only time they care is if you put a song on something that you're not allowed to do, and they're like, "Oh, this has been claimed by 222 territories." Go fuck yourself, Facebook. I bought the app. I pay for the app. That means I pay for the fucking song. I'm going to use it. That's the Discourse song, by the way. Because I can't find a replacement song that works for it. But anywho, what do you want to do next week, Patna? I feel like we should do a bullshit session. What do you think?
Let's do a bullshit session.
Let's do a bullshit session.
And you know what? We'll say, you know what? Screw all the people who are like, this is the Horror Syndicate. We'll just talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Whatever comes to mind. I'm telling you right now, we may do on July 13th or some shit like that, a whole episode on the new Superman movie on the Horror Syndicate, because why the fuck not?
Why not?
I am the Horror Syndicate because I own it.
Who's going to stop us? Zuckerberg?
Yeah. You can't do that on a horror site.
Yeah.
If we get to 70,000 followers by my birthday, which is 19 days away, I will do a full episode on marsupials.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
We currently have, let me see. Oh, we're too close. I got to take that back.
No.
We are currently at 69,549. We're 451 followers away from that.
Perfect. I'm
And
holding you to it, man.
let's see. We're growing. Ooh, we're growing at about 20, 22 people a day, 2 new followers. Let's do the math. Times 19 plus 69,549. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Based on our average follower amount per day, it comes out to 69,967, which is 33 away from 70,000, which 33 is my favorite number. So interesting. I have a feeling that we'll surpass that because, you know, the way things have been going on the horror syndicate as far as followers go, it has not been stagnant at all lately. Because we were just at like 68,000 like a month ago. And we're going to be doing another bracket. So we're doing. You remember? I think it was 2019 when we did this. Maybe 20. I think it was 2020. We did the decade brackets for. So we did the 1930s and the 1940s so far. So the 50s would be next. But if I really wanted to get us to 70,000, I could do the 80s because that'll definitely put us over the edge. But you do it out of order. By the way, Frankenstein won this time around. And of course the Wolfman one for the 1940s. Is there any better horror movie from the 1940s than the Wolfman?
No.
No. The 1940s were kind of a down period for horror. Yes, there is a new Final Destination, and we've got a video coming out before that. I think it's this week, actually, or is it next week? I think it's next week. And Seth did a little favorite intros video that I'll be putting up on our YouTube channel and on Facebook right before that comes out.
I forgot you did that.
Well, like you did it like 3 months ago or something like that, and then I saw the poster for the new one. I was like, oh, maybe I should wait till May when it's more relevant. Honestly, what we should do. Let me see what date exactly it comes out.
It's like May 16th.
I think that's right. Yeah. Bloodlines. Good, a generic title. Let's see, May 16th. So, what would you think about? Can you think you'd have the opportunity to go see it on May 16th or that weekend?
Oh yeah.
Why don't we go see that, and then on the 20th on that show, we'll do all in Final Destination ranking, all 6 movies.
Perfect. That works for me.
And we'll kind of do a mini review for the new one. So I'll go ahead and go see that on during that weekend, and as will you.
Yeah. Me and my friends are already planning on it. So
I had a feeling. I know you like the franchise. I posted. Hold on. I posted something. We were talking about it in the discourse chat. I wish you were still in there. I wish there was a way for you to at least be in that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Let's see. Final Destination. All right. Because Nate said he's not into those movies. But Keith is. He likes him. He's like, oh, Final Destination 2 is so good, and 3 is the best one, I think he said. But, like, I don't like the first movie all that much. I like the second one a lot. And I like the third one the second best. I think the fourth one is forgettable. And then the fifth one was okay. That's where I am on the franchise. 2 and 3 are the best 2 in my opinion.
So
I never liked the first one for some reason.
I dig the first one. The second one used to be my favorite, but then last time I watched it, I realized that
it's not very good.
I thought it was better than it was, just because it has the best catalyst, right?
It does. And I just
scene is like I could watch it right now and still love it.
I also think that I rate these movies on the cleverness of some of the kills.
Hmm.
And I think that like that guy, the drug addict guy who gets like dismembered by the fence and this I like all the kills setups. I think that's one of the ways that I rate these movies. So
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our ranking for the franchise, okay? And we'll pick our favorite kill from each movie. And I'll get images for that as well.
Perfect.
Because that's one of the big things about this franchise is the kills. So I'm gonna have to rewatch all these because I don't like 1, 2, and 3. I remember with no problem. 4 and 5 I barely remember. The only kill that I can really remember from one of those is the pool scene.
That was part four.
Was that
Four
part
is
4?
four is the worst one. It's the one I don't even own.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, really?
yeah, because like the race car scene is just
Yeah,
so.
I didn't like that.
Like, I was really looking forward to it because it's the same director as Final Destination 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Hmm.
I thought, okay, it's gonna have a good catalyst at least, but it didn't. And like the characters were all just bland. Like I just didn't like that one at all. Part five is actually one of my favorites in the franchise, so I absolutely love that.
I love the end of part 5.
The end of part
The
five,
end of part 5
that
took me by surprise.
that totally took me, like when I was in the movie theater, I was just like, wait, what? And then I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
you have no idea
So
what time setting it is. Like,
right, it doesn't give you anything like that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that was brilliant in my opinion. But yeah, I watched so I had seen the first 3 plenty, and I Morgan, who seems to know me better than anybody, she's like, have you seen the other 2 Final Destinations? Because I'd watched the first 2 with my daughter. I was like, no, I'm not going to bother. She's like, oh no, you got to watch the 5th one. I'm like, okay, so that means I got to watch the 4th one. So I went to my local pre-owned video store, and bought both of them on DVD. And Helena and I, my daughter, we watched all 5 of them together. And by the time it got to the end of 5, she just looks at me, and she's like 9 watching these fucking movies. She just looks at me. She's like, "Can you believe that?" I'm like, "No, I had no clue."
yeah.
And like the movie was okay, but that ending like pushed it way up. So yeah, the ending
Well,
was fantastic.
one of the things I really like about part five though is like the setups to all the deaths. Like there's some genuinely good like suspense building up, like the gymnastics scene. So they're showing all these different things that could possibly happen. Like I think it does really good with that, and I like the characters in it as well. Um, but speaking of Final Destination, I've seen the monkey twice now.
You have?
I fucking love that movie,
I
man.
told you, I love that movie.
I had to show it to. I was gonna show both of the kids, but
Did you
uh,
rent it? I guess.
well, I rented it last Saturday night and
Yeah.
watched it with my friend Josh and my little brother Alex, and then because the rental was for like 48 hours,
Right.
so Sunday when the kids got back from their moms. I was like, I have to show you this movie. I don't care if you don't want to watch a movie or not. You're watching this. And Violet loved it. Like she
Good.
absolutely loved it. Like the scene with the pool, she just started laughing hysterically. And she's like, I love when movies don't take themselves so seriously.
Yeah. So I'm hearing something in the background. Yeah, I not in the background of this, but my kids. Yeah, I like when that scene happened because they show that in the trailer, and then they don't show what happened. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like I remember saying "what the fuck" out loud on that moment, in the whole theater. And the good thing was there was a packed theater too. So yeah, the monkey was, man. That was so far. That's my favorite horror movie. I have not seen Sinners yet, but that's my favorite horror movie of this year. It's gonna probably have to be in my top 5. I hope because I really like it.
Yeah, no, it's a mine, and it's just like I love the humor in it, it just it's great.
Yeah, fun movie. If you haven't seen The Monkey, check it out. It's good stuff. Good times. Does
But
that?
as here's the point I was going to make. It does have a very kind of like Final Destination type feel at times.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially the way the kills are set up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because they're not ordinary kills for sure. I definitely that's on my buy list. My buy list has shrunk quite a bit over the course of the past few years, and that one's definitely on my buy list.
Yep.
So because like Hard Eyes wasn't bad, I did not like Wolfman.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, and so Sinners, that's one I really want to see. And I saw Companion, which wasn't bad, but at the same time, I didn't feel like it was as much of a horror movie. Yeah, if that makes sense, on Max. But we're gonna end this episode because you know what? I gotta take a shit. So, not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because I could sit here and talk to you for another hour, but I have to poop really bad.
Okay.
So,
well, don't be like the characters in Friday the 13th Part 3. Make sure you wipe and you wash your hands, buddy.
I will, but also I will say I did not have an enchilada, so it's not because of that. So, but we'll figure some stuff out for future episodes. Next week we're gonna have Ask Us Anything. We'll talk about anything and everything. Maybe some action movies. Maybe about us being excited about Superman. I gotta go. Love you guys. Love you guts, Seth. Talk to you later. Sorry, everyone. I gotta go. Literally.